What's up, guys? So I'm going to start a new little series on my YouTube page where I do a general review of each map, what I do on offense and defense, and just a general sense of how I play so you guys can better understand how you can play. This is different every game because different comps, different teams, different situations, but you know, just some good tips on positioning and trap usage, ult usage, stuff like that. So for this first map, I'm going to do Hanamura. I'm going to try and breeze through as quick as possible because I've actually recorded this like 7 times and the audio keeps messing up, but I think it might be because the video is too long or something. But what I do is I go to the front door, put a trap down, make sure that they don't hear you, do it really quickly so there's like 30 seconds left on the clock when you throw it down. Make your way up top. One of my viewers noted that when you punch, you make noise, and I have a weird obsession with punching for some reason. So I need to stop doing that when I'm near the enemy team because they can actually hear the Junkrat squeal. So when the door opens, I recommend shooting 3 grenades, 4 if you're ballsy. So when the door opens, shoot. When the trap gets triggered, blow it up, then make your way back, cushion yourself back. What you should do is have your Lucio on your team there with speed boost so you go quicker. Also, if you have a Mercy, she can damage boost you there and then fly back to the choke. So what I do for this choke point is I like to hold this wall right here. It's super good for a few reasons. You can hold down the left side with a ton of damage. You can kill people behind the van by using concussion. You can throw your trap at the choke constantly. Usually it's not noticed, so trap is super effective. And they have to kill it to get through anyways. You can shoot these top spots. I don't recommend that too much, but in certain situations that's helpful. Also, there's this wall here. You can shoot grenades off the back, and if you see, they perfectly land right here behind the Reinhardt shield. And you can bank them at different angles and aim for like supports on the back end or etc. like farther over there. Even if you only hit them with 1 grenade, you can quickly throw your concussion around the corner and finish them off for a kill. If it's like say an Ana or Zenyatta or something. So there's positioning, grenade spots, and trap locations for Riptire. I don't have a Riptire right now, so I can't show you. But what I like to do is wait for the enemy to push through. Usually that's done by like their Reinhardt pushing through. If they get a pick, they'll push through. If they use a Lucio ult, they'll push through. So position yourself right here. Use your Riptire, quickly go around the corner and blow it up immediately right here. Because if you know they're going through the choke, you can kill their backline in this area. Just blow it up as quick as possible so it doesn't get destroyed. So if they do make it through the choke, you can just concussion yourself back to 250 health back here. You have a few different options. You can actually hold up here if you want to. Depends on their comp. You can hold up here. That's okay. But my favorite spot is actually to hold by this bell area. Or going over here to the left side if you need to wait for your team to regroup. You can hold in next to the 75 health pack and also a ton of chokes, which is super helpful for Junkrat, and you can put traps in them while pressuring the gate and also the front door. What you do not want to do is go in this left hallway. No matter what hero you're playing, you're just opening the floodgates for them to push through and kill you. Luckily for Junkrat is he has vertical mobility, so you can utilize this wall here and actually push your wall to safety and just health pack right here if you need it, and you can get over safety or run back to the next point if they ended up just taking it. So that's a general sense of how I like to hold the first point defense on Hanamura. I'm going to end the clip here and talk about the second point defense of Hanamura. Alright guys, so for the second point defense, obviously the best spot to hold is upstairs. Like I explained before, it's always different, but general location you want to hold right here. There's this choke point, high ground, super important. You can shoot grenades here, you can even peek that way. You can't really do much if they go that way because your grenades are like super ineffective far distance, and there's also that little wall there to block your grenades, but yeah. Junkrat's super good at holding this choke point. You got traps non-stop and you have grenades and concussions. What I like to do is if we have top control and they try to go down middle, what I like to do is position myself here, throw a trap down if they try and sprint right through. If their tanks go through, instant Riptire, drop down and blow up their supports in the back. You can also bring it around through this way, but I realize that this isn't too great because if you bring a Riptire around the back, often they'll just run through the middle and you have to chase them. It can get destroyed and you're super vulnerable when you're standing right here, so I recommend just dropping straight down on top of them and getting kills. If you get 1 kill with Riptire, usually that stops the entire offensive push. Another spot you can think about holding is over here because you can hold down the middle, the back, and you can also shoot over there. The one reason I don't recommend that too often is because if they get Soldier 76 or McCree, there's not too much you can do about it. They're going to kill you before you kill them unless you hit some really, really good grenades long distance. If they're positioned here or if they get high ground, it's just going to be a rough time because there's nothing to stand behind over here. So yeah, that's general tips for positioning. Traps, just trap the choke points, obviously right here and over there. And you could occasionally throw some traps over here. So when they're in the point, what I recommend is, it's usually pretty hectic. You have to contest often. Try to do your one-shot combos if they're in there. But you can really utilize, if your team is already contesting, you can really utilize this back wall right here and kill people as long as your team is already contesting. Also, what you can do is go up top and shoot nades down on people. But normally you will have to contest, so you don't really have an opportunity to get this high ground very often. But you can use those pillars. You can use that back wall and those 2 pillars over there, as long as your team is getting in the point. Okay, so other trap locations, you can do some sneaky traps. If you don't want to trap off the choke point, you can put traps right here because no one's ever going to notice that. The thing is, when people run in here, they just go straight in, they go straight to the health pack. And one thing you need to note is that when they're going for the big health pack, they have low HP, and the best thing for killing people with low HP is a trap and a concussion. So that's a really good spot for putting trap. You could also utilize your trap on the bottom health pack, but that is used a lot less, so I wouldn't worry about that too much. Just general rip tire tips. When you use your rip tire, you can use this wall, run your rip tire into it for like 4 seconds. If the enemy team is forced to contest, say it's overtime, just run your rip tire into it 4 seconds, have your team go on the point, distract the enemy team. They're like, oh shit, rip tire, they're looking around for it, but they can't pay attention to it because you're just running into a wall, and they're paid attention to your team, and then follow up and blow it up around the corner. And that usually gets at least 2 kills. I mean, if you've seen my stream, I do that a lot, and it works really, really well. So yeah, that's a general tip on Hanamura for defense, and let me end the video and go forth with the odds. My dudes, so for Hanamura offense, what I highly suggest is definitely when you run out of the spawn, watch out for the symmetric turrets, watch out for the Junkrat traps, watch out for the Reinhardt fire strike. It's really recommended to go out this door. When you're watching my stream, I always go out that door because I'm an idiot and I'm usually talking to stream and distracted, but this door is always the best door to run out of because it's definitely a lot. No one ever does anything about that door. Okay, so when you attack on Junkrat, you have a few different options. What I like to do is throw a concussion right before this circle here, and then maybe pressure the front a little bit, wait for your second concussion to be up, and then you can concussion yourself up through this window, and then immediately concussion yourself up to the top. Usually you do get contested when you do this, so it really depends on their comp. If they have a Soldier 76, he's normally positioned up here already, or if he's right there, so you're going to have a little bit of a hard time to challenge him. Sometimes you can get 2 quick grenades on him if you have good accuracy, you can get the kill, but it will be a little bit hard to challenge this, but it's recommended. If you can get up here safely, you can definitely do a really important role by holding down the choke point. You don't even have to peek to shoot grenades. You can create havoc and get them off the defending of the choke point for your team to push through. Also, there's a 250 health pack there and inside this building if you get low, and there's a 75 health pack on the other side of that wall. So there's plenty of healing over here. So that's one option for the offensive rush for the first point. The other option is you can harass the tank here. If they have no Zarya, I love to harass Reinhardt's because the Reinhardt's just non-stop holding shield. Try and get some traps set, maybe get them trapped, concussion them up into the air to your team. If you trap him, then your enemy Reinhardt can pin him. There's also, what I like to do often is you can really utilize your concussion by doing this. Concussion yourself up top, throwing a trap. I messed up, but you can throw a trap. Once you're up top, you can throw a trap in the back there, and that almost always hits people. And what you can do is, if you have your rip tire on offense, wait for the enemy to throw his fire strike. Almost every time you're playing offense on Hanamura, they're going to have a Reinhardt. It's just guaranteed 99% of the time. So one thing you want to do is wait for the enemy to use his fire strike. Once you see the fire strike, that's the one to rip tire, put it around the corner, and blow it up and kill him. Once you kill the Reinhardt, your team is almost free to push through the choke point. So that is almost the most important pick in the entire offensive push that you can get, other than maybe a Mei, if they have a Mei. So yeah, those a couple different options you guys can do for choke point pushes. But once again, it's all about comp. It depends on what team comp you have. It depends on what team comp they have. And usually when you do get through this choke point, it's pretty hectic. Two things I like to do is go up here, get high ground, because there is that 75 health pack over there. You can get high ground, you can really do a lot of work up here. You have traps non-stop throwing around. I fucked it up there, but you throw traps in the point. You can one-shot combo people that try and flank you, so that if you can get up there safe. Also, do make it to the room on the side. Let's say you make it in and your guys, you don't want to suicide and you don't want to challenge them 1v6. So what I do is I do this push that I told you guys about earlier. Get behind them, get some health. You might be able to get a spawn kill on someone, like say Lucio's running back from the spawn. Random situations like that. But what you can do is you can work your way around this side, and you can do the exact same hold I was talking about on defense, but you can do it on offense. So you can hold down this 75 health pack there, hold down the top. No squishy here, but no challenge you. But them with one grenade, concussion. So they're gonna have to send at least a tank or 1 or 2 people after you, which is super good, because as long as you can get them off the front door, then your team can push through. What's super bad about this is if you do this. Alright guys, so run into the second point. There are a ton of different options. We're just going to go ahead and start on the right side and make our way over to the left on strategies. So top right strategy, basically this is just balls in, your team's pushing in, just trying to work your way through the choke. If they don't have a Mei, it'll be a lot easier, but if they do have a Mei, I don't recommend going top right. I recommend actually going middle, because there's 2 different routes, but I'll talk about that later. Okay, so for taking high ground, one thing is super good is earning this corner here, because you can have maneuverability around this corner. If they're pushing that way, you can use this. If they're pushing that way, you can use this. And I like to challenge this because you can kill people on the tunnel. If any squishies are down that tunnel, they're all dead. Like, look where those grenades are going. It's hitting someone in there. So if you can get right here, that's really good positioning. I like to throw my traps around the corner, maybe get someone luckily, do that, get a concussion, maybe boop them off the top, burst kill someone. But yeah, earning that high ground is super important for the top push here. And if you can't do that, you can push over here, harass them like this, as long as they're not challenging you. You usually get some quick picks like that. But you're going to run into an issue if they have someone there or there, like a hit scan, because they are going to be able to pick you off unless you have a tank you're standing behind. One thing I do not recommend is sitting right here with Junkrat. You're in a super open spot. You do have pillars to stand behind, but the thing is, Junkrat's not super, like, shooting grenades like this is not really reliable. You're just way too open of an area, and it's not reliable. So what I recommend is either taking up this high ground and then working your way down. One thing I love doing is if your team is in the point, say it's a 5v5 in the point, and you guys have someone killed, to say it's a Mercy and she's running back from the spawn. I absolutely love spawn killing on Hanamura. So what you do is you just throw a trap, throw a concussion, and then shoot them from behind, and they're always gonna run into it. It just happens. And if they don't run into it, they're gonna destroy your trap, and you know they're coming. So you can spam and get kills there. If you guys watch me on Watchpoint Gibraltar on the 3rd point, I spawn kill a ton on the 3rd point, and also on Route 66. Just spawn kill these doors. If they come that way, you can shoot some grenades, but if you get behind them, you're chilling as Junkrat. So yeah, that's the right push I like to recommend. So one thing I like to do if they have a Mei on their team when you're attacking 2nd point is to do the bottom push. What I normally tell my team is maybe 1 or 2 people can go that way, then 2 people can go this way, and 2 people can go bottom. And you actually do a triple split push. It sounds stupid, but it's actually really good against Mei, because Mei can only choke off 1 point. So what I do is I bait the Mei or something. She'll wall off. Maybe I won't get caught. Maybe I will. I can concussion myself up to safety. And if they Mei wall off this choke, then your teammates can flood through that doorway safely, and they can also flood through that doorway safely. Ultimately, you're just trying to split them up and get them off high ground and make your way to the point. But that's a really good way to counter the Mei wall strat. A lot of A lot of times people will just get stuck pushing through this top way, and there's just a mace sitting right here walling off half the team at a time, and then they all just get slaughtered, and it's just rinse and repeat process over and over. I don't know why people constantly get caught by it, but it's a thing that happens. So try to do that bottom strat. It's a little crazy doing a triple split push. You can also do a double split, like 3 people up the middle, 3 people up the bottom here, but it's pretty good. It's not bad. So yeah, check that out. All right, so for the last push here, you can as Junkrat utilize these windows. It's not really something that's crazy good because most of your teammates can't go through windows. But another push here is you can get behind them with Junkrat by going across this gap. You can distract them a little bit by going over here and shooting like this. You're not really killing anyone. You can distract them away from your team. They put a trap at that point. You can get over here, distract them, but the thing is, you're not going to kill anyone this far away. So this is okay for maybe distraction, splitting up their team a little bit. Just make sure you're staying alive if you do this. What I like to do when I do this is get someone to come over, and then I'll just go around the bottom. My team will push up top, and I'll just concussion myself right up top, and then we make a good push on. So yeah, those are some things to break the choke point, and same situation for all 3 doorways. The ultimate goal on Junkrat is to try to get spawn kills. Once your team is in the point, you want to try and get those spawn kills, because the thing is, 2-point maps are insane for contesting. If you can kill those reinforcements, trust me, it makes winning the game infinitely easier. If you kill 1 reinforcement, that means they have to wait that much longer for the next person to come through to contest, and what you really need is those gaps in time to cap the points. So if you can stop people from getting back, it's GG. So yeah, that's basically the quick rundown of attacking and defending on Hanamura for Junkrat. I'm trying to make this guide relatively short. I know I didn't cover everything. If you guys have any questions, please ask in the YouTube comments, and I will respond to every single question, I promise. If you have any other questions about Hanamura, attack or defense, feel free to check out my stream. My schedule is in my info section on Twitch, and I will love to answer those questions. Also, I have a Discord if you want to join that. I will also respond to almost every single person in there. I try my best to stay as interactive with everyone as possible, so if you ever feel clueless, feel free to hit me up, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you didn't like it, let me know how I can improve it for the next one, because I will be doing this for every single map. So yeah, that's the video. Hope you guys liked it, and I'll see you guys next time.
Play of the game. You'll like this one.